Hey everybody, it's Paul. Welcome to You Are the Good News. Hey, I just want to take a quick second and share some thoughts with you. Recently, I was reading Matthew 26. In this chapter, it's interesting because it starts off as a pretty good day for Jesus, and then it turns bad pretty quickly. He's having lunch at a leper's house. This is a leper that he'd recently healed.
Arms for a leper! Arms for leper! Arms for next leper!
That clip always cracks me up. It always makes me think about how we can stay in the same mindset even though we've been delivered from something. But that's a different message for a different day. Anyway, while Jesus is eating, a woman comes in and pours perfume on him. In Matthew, it actually says she pours it over his head, the whole thing. And I guess this was really expensive perfume because the disciples get all religious and worked up about the fact that she's wasted this expensive perfume when they could have sold it and given it to the poor.
Oh no, she didn't!
Oh yes, she did. Isn't it crazy how the religious spirit will always show up and start criticizing whenever you do something for Jesus? Anyway, they're all upset because she's now wasted this perfume on Jesus. That actually reminds me of a song that our worship pastor, Charity Herman, wrote. You can check it out right here. Really, this is when things start spiraling out of control. Judas agrees to betray Jesus for 30 pieces of silver.
Show me the money.
Literally after criticizing the woman for wasting the perfume that they could have sold for money.
You hypocrite.
Yeah, very hypocritical. At this point, we move into the Last Supper, where they take really the first communion.
Do this in remembrance of me.
And at that point, he actually calls Judas out, and then Judas runs off. Then Jesus and the rest of the disciples actually head out to the Mount of Olives. This is where Jesus is going to go to the garden and pray. And I think it's interesting because in Matthew, I never noticed this before, but it says that as they left, they sang a hymn on their way to the Mount of Olives. I'm not sure it was that dramatic. And then I find it interesting that Jesus starts kind of predicting the future. As they're going, he's telling the disciples, just so you know, you're all going to betray me. You're all going to leave. You're all going to deny me. And Peter, you're going to deny me. And not only once, but you're going to deny me 3 times before tomorrow morning when the rooster crows. And of course, Peter doesn't believe that.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
But it happened. I also found it very interesting as I was reading this, in the middle of all these predictions of how they're going to betray him and leave him, he tells them that he's going to die and be resurrected, but nobody seems to catch that. So they get to the garden, and Jesus is going to go and pray. So he asks his closest friends, just hang out here and keep watch. Just hang out here and keep watch. I'm going to go a little deeper into the garden and pray, but if you could I need you guys to keep watch for me. I have a few other thoughts on the going deeper into the garden. If you want to check out my book, here's a link right here. There's a chapter on going deeper into the garden. Jesus goes and prays, and he comes back to check on his disciples, and they're all sleeping.
Wake me up before you go.
So he wakes them up and he's like, come on, guys, I need you to keep watch. I'm going to go pray. And he does this a couple of times. And then he comes back finally. He just says, go ahead and sleep because the hour has come and the hour is here. And then right then, Judas and the priest come to arrest Jesus. And of course, right after they arrest him, the disciples do just what Jesus said. They take off. They all run in every other direction. And then ultimately, Peter denies Jesus 3 times, just like Jesus predicted.
You know what they say? Fool me once, strike one. But fool me twice, strike 3.
So then at the end of this chapter, it went from Jesus being showered in perfume to being arrested in the garden. A great day turned into a terrible day. There were several things that stood out to me when I was reading Matthew 26, but I just want to focus on a couple. One, that was a bad day. It started off super great, like he's having a meal with a friend that he's ministered to. Someone shows up and pours perfume on him. But then everything spiraled out of control, and what started out as a good day turned into a really bad day.
Cause you had a bad day, you're taking one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around.
And I think it helped me gain some perspective and to get my thinking lined out.
Pull yourself together.
Because sometimes everything seems like it's falling apart, but the reality is that the resurrection is coming. You know, in the middle of all the bad reports that we're getting, the resurrection is coming. And the second thing is, it's just more of an encouragement for us to keep watch for opportunities to partner with him. He's asking us to watch and look for ways that we can live out his heart in this world. You know, it makes me ask myself, what is he asking me to do? What did he prepare me to do? What is he asking me to keep watch over? I think we can look for opportunities to love and be positive and spread his joy and his peace, the fruits of the Spirit in this world. So I just want to encourage you, as I'm trying to encourage myself, to look for opportunities to partner with him and to do the work that he's doing. Even when the day seems bad, he says the resurrection is coming. Even though there's moments where people all around us are saying, this is bad, look at this, everything's falling apart, there's a nugget in there, and I don't want to miss it like the disciples did.
His first offering, just a bit outside.
When he said, all these things are going to happen, but I will rise again. We have moments to join him. We have moments to partner with him. I pray that we take advantage of those moments. And I don't want to be someone that he says, fine, go ahead and sleep. And then everything that he was planning happens and I'm not ready for it. What were you created to do? Who were you created to be? I just praying that in this moment of uncertainty, that he reveals himself to us and that we realize the role that we have to bring peace, love, and joy to every area of our life. I'm praying that we make every day count.
Make it count.
I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you. I pray that you become everything that God created you to be. Go be great.